Have you ever been in a situation where the argument just stops? Not because it's resolved, but because the other person just vanishes? They're physically there, but they've completely withdrawn. They won't speak to you, won't look at you, won't even acknowledge your presence. It's not a fight anymore. It's a disappearance. By refusing to speak, they are trying to delete your existence. This is the biopic of the silent treatment, the most cold-blooded way to control another human being without saying a single word. Today, we're going deep into the psychology of this insidious form of emotional abuse, and more importantly, how you can break free from its grip. So, what exactly is the silent treatment? It's way more than just needing some space to cool off. A healthy timeout is communicated. Someone might say, "I'm too upset to talk right now. I need an hour to myself." That's respectful. The silent treatment, however, is a deliberate, unilateral shutdown. It's a form of emotional withdrawal used as punishment. The person giving the silent treatment is essentially saying, "You have done something wrong, and as a consequence, I am revoking your right to communication. I am withdrawing my affection, my attention, and my validation until I decide you've been punished enough." It's designed to make you feel isolated, anxious, and desperate for their approval. It's a tool for control, and it's incredibly damaging. Psychologists often equate it to ostracism. For our social brains, being cast out by our tribe, even a tribe of two, feels like a threat to our very survival. This isn't just you being too sensitive. It's a primal, visceral reaction to being socially excluded. This brings us to the core of the issue, the power dynamic. In any relationship, the person who cares less often holds the most power. When someone deploys the silent treatment, they are demonstrating that they care less about resolving the conflict than you do. They are comfortable sitting in that silence, knowing that you are the one who is suffering. You're the one replaying every word, trying to figure out what you did wrong. You're the one who feels the urgent need to reconnect and fix things. Your distress becomes their source of power. They are holding your emotional well-being hostage. By staying silent, they force you into a position of begging for their attention, for a crumb of communication. You might apologize for things you didn't even do, just to break the suffocating silence. This dynamic puts you in a constant state of walking on eggshells, terrified of triggering another shutdown. It's a masterclass in manipulation, where the manipulator doesn't even have to speak. They maintain control by doing absolutely nothing, while you do all the emotional heavy lifting. Now let's talk about why this feels so unbelievably painful. Why does being ignored by someone you care about feel like a physical wound? The answer lies in our earliest experiences, in what psychologists call the inner child. As infants, our survival literally depended on the attention and responsiveness of our caregivers. If we cried and no one came, it was a life-threatening situation. Our brains are hardwired to interpret being ignored as a signal of extreme danger and abandonment. So, when a partner, a friend, or a family member gives you the silent treatment, it doesn't just trigger adult frustration. It reactivates that deep-seated, primal fear from our childhood. It's the terror of the abandoned child who feels invisible, helpless, and completely alone. Your adult brain knows you'll survive, but your emotional system is screaming that you've been left to die. This is why it can provoke such intense reactions: panic, desperation, and a profound sense of worthlessness. The person giving the silent treatment might not even consciously know they are tapping into this deep vulnerability, but the effect is the same. They are leveraging your most fundamental human need for connection against you. So, how do you break this toxic cycle? How do you escape this spell? The answer is counterintuitive, but it's the only way. You must stop playing the game. Stop begging for a response. Stop apologizing profusely. Stop trying to coax them out of their silence. Every time you do that, you are reinforcing their behavior. You are teaching them that the silent treatment works, that it's an effective way to get you to comply and to regain control. The moment you stop reacting with desperation, is the moment you take your power back. This is incredibly hard, I know. It goes against every instinct. You have to fix the disconnection. But you have to shift your focus from them to you. Instead of asking, what can I do to make them talk to me? Ask yourself, what can I do to take care of myself right now? Go for a walk. Call a friend who actually respects you. Engage in a hobby you love. Journal about your feelings. Physically and emotionally remove yourself from their orbit of control. When you do this, you're sending a very clear message. Your silence will not control my emotional state. I will not put my life on hold waiting for you to grant me an audience. I am a whole person, with or without your approval. Initially, this might escalate their behavior. They might prolong the silence, expecting you to eventually break. But you must hold firm. Your peace of mind is not up for negotiation. This is not about being cold or vengeful. It's about setting a boundary. It's about self-preservation. You are communicating that you will not participate in a dynamic that is emotionally abusive. A healthy relationship involves communication. Even during conflict, it involves respect. It does not involve punishing your partner with silence. Now, let's be clear. If this is a one-time thing, and the person later apologizes, recognizes how hurtful their behavior was, and commits to communicating better in the future, there might be room for repair. We all make mistakes. But if the silent treatment is a recurring pattern, a go-to tool in their emotional arsenal, you need to seriously re-evaluate the relationship. A person who repeatedly uses silence to punish and control you is not a safe person to be with. They are showing you that their need for power is more important than your emotional well-being, and you deserve so much more than that. You deserve to be seen, to be heard, and to be respected, especially when things get tough. Choosing to move on from a relationship like this isn't a failure. It's an act of profound self-respect. It's choosing your own sanity over their silent control. Remember, your worth is not determined by someone else's willingness to speak to you. You are not invisible. Your feelings are valid. Don't let someone's silence drown out your own voice. Recognize it for what it is, a tactic of control, a form of emotional abuse. Stop begging for their attention and start giving that attention to yourself. Break the spell, reclaim your power, and move towards relationships where communication is a bridge, not a weapon. Your mental and emotional health is the most important thing you have. Protect it fiercely. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please consider liking and subscribing for more content on navigating relationships and building a healthier, happier life. And remember, if you are struggling in a relationship, talking to a trusted friend, family member, or a professional therapist can make a world of difference. You are not alone. Take care.